Countdown clock is in for tonight's 9th race, scratched down to a field of 5. Let's head back upstairs to Vance Cameron.
Sword from the Stone, Louis the Great, Almost Amos. Mark it off in Brookdale Thomas, scratched down to a field of 5 here in the 9th. They're at the top of the stretch. Ninth race are all lined up and approaching a start. Rough and pacing, Almost Amos, the first one out. On the rail, Sword from the Stone, third into the turn. That's Louis the Great to get away fourth. Mark it up, and the trailer, that is Brookdale Thomas. They arrive at the 8th pole. At the rail, Sword from the Stone, right alongside Almost Amos. A little brouhaha here in the early going, and Sword from the Stone wants to lead it for Murner. He'll put Almost Amos in the 2-hole. Racing from third, Louis the Great. Mark it up is fourth, and the trailer, Brookdale Thomas, 28 and 4 the opening quarter. They're racing around the paddock turn by a little more than 2 lengths out in front of the 3/8. Sword from the Stone is the fraction setter. Almost Amos second, then third. That belongs to Louis the Great. Mark it up is fourth, and the trailer fifth. Brookdale Thomas at the midway point in the 9th. Sword from the Stone getting him halfway home. Second is Almost Amos, racing from third. Louis the Great, 58 and 2 was the half. Then in fourth, Mark it up, and continuing to trail, Brookdale Thomas. Up the backstretch they go for time 2, led by Sword from the Stone. Here's Louis the Great now on the outside to pick up second. Third at the rail, that's Almost Amos. Moving up fourth is Mark it up, and the trailer, and not out of it, that is Brookdale Thomas. 3/4 in the books in 1:27 and 4. They round the turn for the final time. Sword from the Stone at the rail, right alongside Louis the Great. Mark it up is coming 3 high towards the passing lane. Almost Amos. Brookdale Thomas set the camera up. Here's Louis the Great, the deep stretch leader. Louis the Great will triple up David Dowling. Almost Amos rallied inside second. Sword from the Stone held third. 1:57 flat.
Here comes the slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's 9th race. And we saw Sword from the Stone on the front, 28-4, the half up 58 and 2. Going to 3/4, there was a battle on the front end here, and Louis the Great is going to win that battle on the outside and get the win in 1:57 flat. That is his 3rd win of the season, a season's best, 5th career for Louis the Great. David Dowling triples up tonight. In for second, that's Almost Amos with Sword from the Stone third. We got a classifier, Gerard Smith, 2-3-1 triactor here in the 9th race. We're going to see Louis the Great and David Dowling going to the winner's circle next.
Louis the Great goes to the 9th race winner's circle by pacing gelding 3 years, a son of Dance and Lou, off the Shallow Play Dam. Tinkerbella, owned by Lise Wade of Summerside, Leslie Wade of Charlottetown. Leslie does the training, bred by Terra Hills Stud Limited. David Dowling has his third winner tonight. David will triple up. The colt gets his fifth lifetime victory this night. The mile in a 1:57. Louis the Great for the David Dowling triple in the 9th.